Alrighty guys, we have a Graves Jungle review here. Not sure of the ELO, but I do believe it is between gold and platinum. That could be wrong though. I will probably have the ELO posted somewhere in either the description or also the title when this is uploaded if this does go live to the public, otherwise it doesn't particularly matter. Anyway, today Graves VOD review, Graves versus Kane. Now, I do want to note a few things. I don't think that we guarded the correct area. Also, some banger music going on at the start here. But what I want to note is that you guarded your top side. Now, what issue this created is you left open the potential Kane route of going over here. Now, you watered your blue, so I'm suspecting you're worried about Kane invading your blue. But what I would also be worried about is Kane going over this wall into your bot side or over this wall and then going into your raptors. Now both of these things are quite bad and Kane can really fuck you over doing them. Anyway, he does in this game, so that's great, but something to keep in mind in the future. Red into Krugs. I don't believe that I need to watch your clear. We'll just look at the timers, and if we do notice anything, we'll go back and look at it. Now, this clear path indicates to me that you do not want to gank bot at level 2, but in my opinion, sorry, at level 3. In my opinion, though, ganking bot level 3 was always the play of this game, so don't know what your lane analysis was, what you were thinking you wanted to do, but in my opinion, if you wanted this bot lane gank, which in my opinion also was the best gank available, you would go red raptors into Krugs, which will give you a better gank. Now, here, another very important thing to do, and I hope that you do this, is you must hug this top side wall approaching this gank. And we actually know Leona is going down and warding in here, so it's very crucial that you hug this top side wall instead of coming through hugging the bottom side wall and potentially getting spotted on that ward earlier than needed, or also rounding into Leona earlier than needed. I think you're not moving up as quickly as possible, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I would have preferred to see path in a different way, but it's okay. Not the best, but okay. Now, coming into this gank, I think we make a couple of mechanical misplays that potentially cost your ADC's life. What I want to see is this wave. Is we need to shove this wave out instantly and crash it. What are you doing? Recalling? No, can't do this. Play this wave, play this wave. Pause, stop. Does this look beneficial for your ally? The answer should always be no. We should have 100% hard shoved this wave and force Leona out of this lane so that she could not freeze it. Yes, she would get the XP solo, that's completely fine. But we want this wave to crash as quickly as possible because otherwise we are leaving your opponents with a beautiful freeze, and also the enemy ADC is not being punished, which we want to do punished as much as possible actually. So here we should 100% shove this hard. You're going to have your Q coming up in a second. Lux has E. You guys can crash this really, really fast. Now, longsword boost is also great. Let's just quickly go back and look at the mechanical misplays here in this fight. So first things first, where we chuck out W is just way off, right? What's the goal of our W here? The only goal of our W here should be to try and prevent Jhin from force shutting your ADC. So we want to place the W between Jhin and your ADC. Here. Right? Anyway, he flashes forward in the end. It wouldn't have potentially saved him, but it's something we should do in the future. The autos, running him down, that's great. You know, potentially you could have even saying like, hey, I'm not going to get this kill, I should start shoving the wave sooner, but that's also fine. Shove this wave out, 100%. Now running here is perfectly fine. If you had lost your blue for this, it's fine. I like that you check your blue and Grom instead of just running straight to your wolves. That's also really good. So some really good things here. One thing I'll note here is I don't think we go for this crab. It's actually pointless / useless. I would 100% go for your wolves and get them reset. Also, on a balance of probability, the crab should not even be here. It is currently 415. Kane could have double crabbed you if you want, and then going back into his next rotation, as Kane can actually do that. One of the few champions that can do that. Now, if you notice this crab is up, one thing you should 100% be doing at this point in time is pinging where do we think Kane is. If Kane hasn't double crabbed you, most likely he's done a full clear, done this crab reset, and we know exactly where he is on his Krugs. So we should be pinging his Krugs. We should be utilizing basic jungle tracking in this game. So he's probably already taken his raptors. He's probably on those Krugs. because he starts at Raptors, we must remember, right? One of the few champions that does it. The issue and the reason why what I said before is so impactful is because look at the time now. Let's look at when we took our Gromp. We finished our Gromp even sooner. 3:58. And when are we going to finish our Wolves? 5:10, right? There's a 70-second, if not more, 80-second, 70 seconds, I think. That's 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Leave me alone in the maths. Doesn't matter how many seconds, too many fucking seconds is the answer. So our clear is way off sync for the next clear, and that's going to cost you a lot, right? I kind of like this, to be honest. Good ganks coming in, but we don't need to force it, right? Don't need to force it. We don't need to go right now. Look at what the enemies have to do. They have to come up to this line to hit these creeps. Just wait a second here for them to come back up. Pause. Let Jin walk back up and try to CS the creep, and then we go for it. When your players have their spells back again. Now it looks super obvious because Lux has to just turbo sprint it into them like a complete ape to try and land any CC here because we're going too soon. It works, but it's not good, and potentially we lose out on 1 kill. I would wait. Play that a little bit smarter with the approach on the gank. So whenever you're looking at ganks, you must analyze the wave state, guys, and think about what do the enemies want to do here and what's going to create the best situation for us. I would clear these 3 camps extremely quickly. Where are we going? Dragon? No, what the fuck is this? Snoop Trap. Hello? 6-minute Dragon, 2 Longsword Graves? Why? I get the question mark ping. A bait ping moment. Why are we here? Your bot lane wants to recall. They don't want to do drag. They need to reset so they can continue punishing their lane. Kane's topside. Who cares? You've got 2 camps to do. If anything, you could look for a punish on any of these 3 camps. I'm pretty sure they're all down. Bounce probability, I think they're down. What I'm looking for here is my Krogs, my red, into reset, into spending my gold so I can continue snowballing this game. And this is like a trash drag. What does this even give? And it's also an annoying drag to take. It fucking spits shots at you like it's only fast. I think this gives tenacity and slow resistance or some shit. Like 7% tenacity, 7% slow resistance? What is it even called? Chemtech? See, it's such a bad drag. I don't even know what the fuck it gives you. What does it give you? Blah, 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 blah. What? Huh? Yeah, it gains bonus attack speed based on missing health. I don't care. Oh, God. League Wiki XD. You gain 6 tenacity and heal shield power. 6%. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's a trash time to take it. So going back in time, I don't think we take drag here. This is going to cost you a lot of time. It's also ruining your bot lane's tempo. Enemy team, if they were playing the game better, they would be punishing your bot lane for this too. But also, I think Leona might have punished them by holding a freeze there. Regardless, how long does this shit take? From 6:10 to 6:45. 35 seconds for the drag. I think it just takes too long. Pretty huge time investment. Plus you pulled both your laners. And also your camp's super out of sync again too. Not a huge fan of this. This is pretty good. EQ. Oh, well, auto QE. You can do auto EQ against this wall. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's what he did. Oh, we've done auto QE to get a fast combo there. Okay, penalty. Yeah, this is all fine. I think you're a little bit too horny with his objectives. Not the worst one, but it's like a little bit risky. It's like, it's kind of sketchy. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. Not pinging enough though. Way more communication needed. Hold on, let me get my notes. Where's my notes at? Alright, sorry, I just wrote a shitload of notes based off things in my head. Let's quickly bring them over here. Clear looks good. Why do we go Red Crux Raptors? The question that we need to ask. In the first gank, we must shove the wave and crash. You have ample time to crash it, and you want to prevent your bot lane from being punished. Dragon, I think, was a mistake, ruins your tempo. You need to take the gank slow and punish the enemies for the mistakes they're actually making on the wave. You can see we're actually looking to try and do that here, which is really good. Must start jungle tracking enemy jungler, and you're actually doing quite a good job of peeking lanes. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Really good gank here. We've waited for Leona to E in. We've created the situation. Leona's looked for a pick. It's quite nice. All right. So, boom. Leona E's in. Quite nice. Now, probably should have queued sooner, right? Anyway, also should smite at some point. See how we've not got our Q off this whole fight? So that's probably one of the big issues here, right? I don't know why we don't just Q immediately. I mean, maybe because she has a W active, essentially. Next thing is I would not W Leona. What does Wing Leona do? Nothing. It's like 70 damage, right? What we want to do here is we want to W Jhin, and we want to W him specifically where he needs to be. So we want to W like here, right? Where he's on the very outer edge of it, and he has to either walk around it or face tank the whole W and move into you, and then you just instantly switch target onto the Jhin. Right? Also, as soon as we see Shen here, right? Boom. See Shen? He's coming out. We're like, what the fuck is this? And we are this guy in the face to try and create some distance away from them and just get your R damage off before you inevitably get fucked. Tragic situation. Also a tragedy that your top lane died just because gank went off. This game looks pretty hard at this point in time, in all honesty. 11 seconds left. Okay, yeah. Switch out when you had to. Yep. But wait, what the fuck happens here? This is quite nice. What do we do wrong? Oh, you walk to max range. You hurt. It's just Graves auto attacks. You just need to be aware of that, man. Unfortunate, I think. I like the build. It's quite nice. First blood tower, also quite nice. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna suspect that you do. What? Where are we going? Why are we here? I think it's a mistake to expect any of his camps to be up there. I just don't see us having had any information that he would have those camps up. He was topside, made huge topside plays, or likely just took his top camps into reset into bot. Probably they're going to get drag here. What I would have liked to have seen you do is do blue into Herald. So we wasted a bunch of time here because we just waited for Herald to spawn. We could have done blue in that time. Now we get Herald. Good trade of Herald for drag. Pick up the Krugs, the Grump, pardon me, and then Krugs. This is all nice. I don't know why we still didn't take our blue at any point here, though. Playing around our bot lane quite well. I like this. Don't know why we flashed. I don't know why we all walked together, though, but yep. Flash, panic flash, I'm guessing, but we really just can't do that. Die here. I think it's good though. But that being said, like we would have been really good if I flashed that too, right? So it's like these small previous mistakes that can have compound effects. I think that your Aatrox wins this. Oh. And yeah, it's all quite nice. Because A just get to that blue though. I think you're playing too much, like, you know, for team objectives and stuff in this game, which cost you time, which didn't allow you to snowball as you should have snowballed. And then because you didn't snowball as well as you should have snowballed, you also get punished when you do get these team objective things because enemies are just further ahead. They're probably going to kill you guys and get dragon. I can smell. Enemy team basically has to make a huge mistake for you guys to like play the game because of the huge gold lead that's been created. I think it's pretty much game over. And I think the issue here is like the way you played the game didn't allow for you to snowball properly, and also time waste, which is huge in this game. So much time waste. It's slow bleed out death, isn't it? Yeah. It's pretty much expected. Alright, I wrote down the notes. So I think the ultimate reason we lose this game is just a combination of too much time waste, so like zero return on investment time waste from walking around in circles, random pathing, you know, not taking the camps when we should take the camps, or the right camps in the right order. And this creates this situation where you're just walking over yourself a bunch. Also, you're punished pretty heavily for like this bot death, where Shen ulted in. It's not exactly 100% your fault, but you know, we should have played that better. Realistically though, it's the early game mistakes that you didn't execute on properly, which caused you to not be able to snowball this game, and your teammates also not be able to snowball this game. So things like you ganked bot, which really helped out your bot lane, but then you didn't shove the lane, so you've also negated the lead that you create for your bot laner. And then also you gank bot again, but then you force them to come to a dragon, which ruins their tempo and their base timers, which then hurts them again. And then after that, you die on a bot gank, where realistically your bot should just be in a situation where they're way further ahead than the enemy team. Hopefully this all makes sense for you, brother. This is your first review, so I think we can work on these things and start approaching them differently. But yeah, I want to see like, I want to be really thoughtful about what dragons we go for. I think we also want to be a bit more thoughtful about like what we do after ganks. So you can kind of go through like a little checklist. I haven't really used this in a while. But it's like actually useful for everyone. Here's my notepad. So it's like, you know, if this, then what kind of breakdown. So you gank, right? Does the lane need to be pushed? If yes, then you ask, can I push it? Basically, you just run through some kind of checklist like this. You know, you're going to have to adapt this for every game based on the teams. Like, Kane is going to have to be factored into this because he can come through walls, and so he can really fuck this over. In the mid game, Shen also has to be factored into this. But basically, you want to just have some kind of mental model based on the game of like, what part of me do I need to do? How can I generate the best leads for my teammates? And in this game, one of the things you needed to do was like push the waves, right? Yeah. It's like a sad game though. It's like a slow bleed out game. I really hate games like this. I also run into games like this sometimes, although I think that I don't make the mistakes that were made here. At least not nearly as often. I mean, your top laner just dies so many times. I think also you can like limit the amount of deaths your top laner has by you know, maybe communicating part of me a little bit better. I did write this down. In here we want to be tracking the enemy jungler more. So that's one of the things you can do that can really start impacting the game. Anyway, this is going to be the review. Trying to end a review here. There's nothing more that we can really say. Like at this point where we stopped, game's just out of your control at that point, unfortunately, man. All right, hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you did learn something new here, and if this goes public, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, etc. Otherwise, guys, take care. Have a good day. Peace out.